Alright guys, we're back for another Dokkan battle video. So, I wanted to show off Ribrienne, the Int Ribrienne, with her about to arrive on Global Dokkan. And I was thinking about it, and really, I think the single best way to show her overwhelming level of strength is by taking the Peppy Gals team into the Universal Survival Arc stage of Category Super Battle Road. Perfect, we have exactly what I wanted too. Now, the best way to just show how utterly dominant this Ribrienne is, and truly dominant is a word that describes Ribrienne, because she seals, she lowers attack, she gives a support type buff, she has like 190% attack and defense on a full Peppy Gal team. She is just like, you know, using the term built different is very, very, very correct for this Ribrienne right here. So really, even though, okay, because we're in the Universal Survival Arc stage of Super Battle Road, right? Which is like, it's one of the most difficult stages. Like, the enemies just hit super hard. They're incredibly powerful here. Okay, so considering the tech one doesn't hit at all after this, we'll go ahead and go for him. We'll give Android 18. I guess we'll focus on you. Yeah, and we'll give Android 18 a bunch of orbs. So this stage is incredibly difficult, right? But with Ribrienne here, lowering enemy attack, giving a support type buff to everyone we've got, like, you can easily like do a no item run in this stage, just with like the Peppy Gal team, like on the Universal Survival Arc stage. Now, obviously, you know, using like TUR killing Khalifa, who we have right here, or like LR killing Khalifa, you know, that of course is a huge part of it. But you know, Ribrienne really makes this work. Okay, so they're being funny. That's not going to be too bad against TUR Kill and Khalifa, though. Yeah, we'll be fine, We probably don't have to use items yet. And then I do have, like, Tech Khalifa. I'll probably keep, like, Tech Khalifa on rotation, because, you know, she has that guaranteed dodging into Universal Survival Arc. So, like, this isn't really, I mean, I don't know, like, I'm not having Ribrienne do this by herself, but, like, with all of her different abilities that she sort of, like, brings to the table, she is just, like, a ridiculous unit. Like, I made this point that I think if they made a Dokkan Fest exclusive, like basically exactly the same as Ribrienne, except it was just for, like, I don't know, like pure Saiyans or something like that instead, like that unit would be like borderline the best unit in the game. Like, you know, like, okay, so the 5-year anniversary units appear to be Blue Gogeta and Blue Vegito. It was apparently confirmed by Kawaii, right? So, like, if that's the case, you know, we'll get rid of, I can't remember the trio of dangerous names besides Bergamo. Here, we'll go ahead and go for the seal on Bergamo, and then I want to make sure that you are dead. Okay, one was Bergamo, Basil, and Lavender, right? Those are the 3 names. But again, like, they don't even have standalone cards that we can get, right? These are the only standalone versions of them. I really would like to see those 2 be released. I mean, there's just so many different characters in that Universal Survival Saga that really need cards, right? So, like, you know, so, like, the LRs that we appear to be getting for the 5th anniversary, Blue Gogeta, Blue Vegito, if they were, like, built like this Ribrienne, so, like, maybe, I don't know, maybe we'll talk about Vegito, right? Maybe he greatly raises attack and defense for 1 turn, and then greatly lowers enemy attack and defense. Like, if that, like, okay, so say he does that, right? And then he has, like, 150% attack and defense, and then he gets 10% attack and defense per Patara category ally. And then, you know, if he has 3 Patara category allies, he'll lower all enemies' attack by 30%. And then he's a Patara category buff of, like, 2 key and 35% attack and defense. Like, I mean, that... it's just insane. Like, the effect that type of unit would have would be, like, crazy. Okay, I can't... Okay, so again, the #1 most important thing, we do have Bergamo sealed from last turn, so we can go ahead and seal... I think that's Lavender, and I think Basil is the STR one. But really, as long as we can keep them sealed, right, and their attack is lowered and all this, we're just not going to have to use items. We're not going to have to worry about healing. Because Ribrienne, again, lowering enemy attack by 30% the way she does is huge. Okay, this is bad because Kill and Khalifa have not supered yet. So, yeah, we're actually very, very low on health. I probably will have to use an item here. I believe I did actually do this before. I did do a no-item run with Ribrienne in the We're not going to die here. No, I don't think we'll take enough damage from Bergamo. I think we might take a little bit, but we're not going to actually get killed here. But I did do a no-item run with this before, using the Peppy Gal team in the Universal Survival Arc stage of Super Battle Road, and I was able to get it done, right? So, like, with the Ribriennes here, it is definitely possible. It's just eating the super attack with Kale and Caulifla right there was rough. Okay. Alright guys, so we did hop back in. You know, every once in a while you can get caught. I mean, I have talked about this many, many times in the past, how LR Kale and Caulifla, LR Gohan and Goten, and LR AGL Gohan, all three of them, Super Battle Road, their first turn on there, they can get smacked around if they don't have a chance to build up their defense, really, or, you know, the dodge chance and stuff like that. Like, you can have a little bit of unfortunateness happen, right? But I still feel like this Ribrienne's presence on this stage is probably the single best way to just show just like how ridiculous she is, right? So here's the thing, like, I do really like her, but I don't think it would be a good idea for global players to summon on her, summon for her, right? I think kind of just like waiting, you know, because she's been out for a while, so I would say there's a decent chance that a lot of people have already pulled her, because, you know, she's one of these units that is on, you know, every single banner, right? You know, I did the recent top 10s of the best, you know, units you could pull from every banner, right? And I really felt like she was high on that list. A very, very versatile unit. But, well, I guess versatile probably not the right word for her because she's so geared around Peppy Gals. But, you know, on the Peppy Gal team, the amount of things that she brings to the table is just insane, right? Like, she is also on, like, Universal Survival Saga and Transformation Boost. Now, for the Universal Survival Saga, there's tons of Peppy Gals you could rock with, right? Like, that's exactly what we're doing right here, where, you know, we have a full Universal Survival Saga Peppy Gal team, which is just easily able to dominate this. Again, we just sort of got caught, right? You know, it happens earlier. But Ribrienne also does have that leader skill for Transformation Boost as well. She's a Peppy Gals and Transformation Boost category key 3 and 120% to leader skill. So, I mean, you could maybe make the case that Ribrienne is the second best Transformation Boost leader, because Cooler, of course, is number 1. I mean, then there's also the STR Super Boo, who is the leader of Transformation Boost, and then Ribrienne. And then there's also the second form Frieza sub leader. But I mean, Ribrienne. Boo, I am not a tremendous fan of our boy Boo, right? Like, he's very, very sort of, what's the word I'll use? I guess I could say mid, right? Is it okay if I say mid? He's kind of mid. All right, I think I'm going to go for Kabe here. We'll just go ahead and get this tech-type unit out of the way. And then with him sort of gone, we should be good. Actually, I might just have Kale and Caulifla. I'm going to have them actually just attack that SCR Caulifla right there. So, obviously, the way that the LR works, right, is that they get stronger if there's Pure Saiyan or Universal Survival Saga enemies around. And then here on this stage, right, we have both. We have Universal Survival Saga enemies as well as Pure Saiyans. So it's just going to be, you know, very, very, very easy to sort of get through this stage, right? We'll go for a bit longer, but like Ribrienne, like, I don't know, maybe this is hard to tell how impactful she's being, because you have to, like, I made the point before that the Universal Survival Saga stage, like, the enemies hit on par with, like, the Pure Saiyan category stage, which they hit so freaking hard, it's insane. Like, they are really dumping a juggernaut amount of damage onto you and stuff like that, right? So, the fact that we go into this stage and we have a lesser leader skill, we're only at 120%, and then most of our units are still taking double-digit damage and stuff like that, unless we get hit by type disadvantage. Like, that's crazy. Like, that is just that goes to show what sort of level that Ribrienne is at, right? Like, giving the support type buffs that everyone has good defense on the rotation, lowering the enemy's attack by 30%, which is just a massive number, right? Lowering enemy attack by 30% is huge. Like, that is just so helpful. Like, that's, you know, STR Omega Shenron, we're not really able to use him outside of, like, the full power team, right? Like, he's basically just completely set up for that full power team. But, like, that's another good example there where how good he can be. Alright, so I think what we're going to do is we're going to focus everything on Kabe right here. to get him out of here. Like, let's just go ahead and knock down Cabé. I think with Ribrienne and then both Kale and Khalifa's attacking Cabé, we should be able to get rid of him. And then, you know, if the Kale and Khalifa units are not going to get hit with type disadvantage, they should be fine. And, you know, then, of course, you know, they do build their defense on super attack. You know, they do also have the chance to dodge, which is, you know, pretty good chance to dodge. Well, I don't know. Really, I guess the good chance to dodge is only really going to be for the LR, because, you know, they get, what, 6% chance to dodge per attack, and, you know, like, they're able to get up past 50%, whereas, like, the TUR can only get to 50%. I would have to double check. I don't remember off the top of my head how much dodge chance the SSR gets. Let me double check that. The Kale and Khalifa SSR, they get up to 40%, so... I mean, that's decent, but that's still not, like, as high as you like. Okay, so 90k, that's not too bad. 90k is definitely something that we could survive with. I mean, you know, if you take a look at what we're rocking here, 339k HP, we are not even close to having, like, a ridiculous amount of HP or anything like that, right? So that's another thing to keep in mind, that, you know, on this lower leader skill, and we're really, really able to put up a good fight. Okay, so Hit's going to super attack right there. I mean, I think we did get the extra super from them, so I don't think we're going to die. Oh, that's actually a lot. We are sustaining a ton of damage here. I guess we'll go for Hit. I think if we... Hit will be sealed, so he's not going to be able to do enough damage to finish Kale off. And then Boda Magetta will not be able to do enough damage to finish Kale off either. So we are going to be fine. But, you know, I did previously no item... this stage before, but, you know, maybe with some better luck. You know, even with, like, the full LR Kale and Khalifa sort of tree on here, then with Int Ribrienne, you know, lowering enemy attack, giving the buff and all that stuff, even with all of those things in play, you know, on like a stage like this, you're still going to need, I guess, a little bit of luck to sort of make it work, right? All right, so we're doing okay here. We're doing okay. At this point, Kale and Khalifa, their defense, yeah, 200k. We'll go ahead and put them right there. I am sort of, like, focused in right now on getting the same type orbs for the extra healing. And then at the start of next turn, we could probably get a Dokkan attack as well. Okay. I might use an item next turn, because looks like the way things are going to work out, I'm not going to be able to get the Dokkan attack with the LR, right? Like, that would be... best case scenario is getting the Dokkan attack with the LR on the first stage in the next, like, the final fight. What is it against? Angel Golden Frieza, Blue Vegeta, UI Goku, and 17, right? So, like, in that stage, you know, being able to just drop that Dokkan attack down and then they're done would be very, very nice. But let me know what you guys think of our girl Ribrienne. Again, they made her really wild. Like, just the amount of stuff that she's able to do is... like, very impressive, and there's not a lot of other units that sort of can impact their team in this manner. So, like, I really would love to see them do another unit like this. Like, I wonder if they would just design it around maybe one of the lower level category teams, though, right? So, like, maybe like the world tournament category or something like that. So we'll see. But, like, you know, the world tournament category team could certainly use something on that power level. That's for damn sure. Alright, so we're going to get the Dokkan attack right here. You know, it is what it is, you know. Sometimes luck isn't that great, yeah. So I probably will need to... I would definitely have to use items, I think, in the final stage, because we also would not be starting out with, like, Tech Khalifa on that first turn. Because, you know, Tech Khalifa, turn one there, you know, if the enemies all line up their attacks in one slot and then she's able to just completely, you know, bob and weave around, that is always very, very helpful with Khalifa. I do really like that Tech Khalifa unit a lot, right? Like, I did give her full additionals as well, and she's been making real good use out of that so far. Because, of course, you know, she stacks attack and defense with her super attacks. I think I gave her full additionals because I wanted her to get extra defense for the Legendary Goku event, because she is actually a really good unit for the Legendary Goku event. Just like, you know, getting those extra additionals, and then her defense is usually good enough by the time you get to Int UI Goku, to where, you know, she can't dodge anymore, but her defense is high enough to take double digits from his normals, so that is good. And then, of course, Ribrienne, she was the first one of these units as well. I guess I haven't mentioned it until now, but that transforms as soon as the battle begins. We have since gotten another one of those, which is the Great Saiyaman unit. So I don't think I'm going to use items here. Let me put Ribrienne in this first slot, and let's go ahead and see how well she's going to do. 17. Okay, that's perfect. 17 is not actually attacking in that first slot, because I'm pretty sure that Ribrienne would completely be able to handle herself in that first slot. I mean, this is really, the video is centered around her. Yeah, double digits, yep. There we go. So outside of super attacks, she is completely good to go. So, like, again, this is Super Battle Road, and, like, one of the most difficult stages as well. Like, you know, where, like, if you go into the Peppy Gal stage, like, you could do this exact same thing, but that stage is, like, just weaker, right? The enemies do not hit as hard in the Peppy Gal stage. Like, mid-level units take double-digit damage in that Peppy Gal stage, right? So it's not really too much of an impressive showing when you go in there and just completely dominate, right? Like, I know item that, like, you know, I think when Int Ribrienne, like, her pre-awakening, like, came out, like, when she first came out, like, it's super, super easy, right? But to be able to, like, dominate like this in the Universal Survival Saga stage, which is way stronger, I think is really, really nice. So I'll probably just go ahead and finish up here. I mean, really, that turn where Ribrienne just stood right there and just tanked, like, all the blue Goku, or excuse me, the blue Vegeta, UI Goku, and Frieza and stuff like that, like, we're good to go. Like, this is it. Ribrienne can be very, very valuable depending upon the situation. She could be very, very solid as well in Dokkan Battlefield. I think I did do a video where I used a full Peppy Gal team, and I did manage to take down Jiren. Actually, I mean, I don't know. I might as well just keep going, right? Because, like, we haven't used items up to this point, and I probably could finish off the no-item run, so maybe I won't cut. But I did manage to beat the Dokkan Battlefield, like, crazy mega super boss Jiren, just with the Peppy Gal team. It was tough, because Jiren is very, very crazy. Okay, so we'll seal UI Goku. It is important to get those seals in where I can with them. And then I guess we'll probably then at that point start aiming for blue Vegeta. We could be in trouble depending upon what happens with Angel Golden Frieza. I mean, if Angel Golden Frieza wants to super attack me and finish me off, it's fine. Because, again, I have already done this challenge before. And we've already established what Ribrienne can do. So, like, the point of the video has been accomplished. So, like, this is just, like, gravy on top, right? Actually being able to finish it out if we can. So, we'll see what happens. Okay, all right, yep, dodges. I love that Tech Khalifa, man. Like, I wonder what's going to happen when that Tech Khalifa and when the Kale, when they awaken. Like, they're going to be so crazy when they awaken. Like, they're going to be truly, truly powerful. So that's going to be very interesting to see, like, you know, how much more could they possibly make those two be broken, right? Like, what... Well, what are they going to do? Like, are they going to have extra effects on top of it? Or is it just going to, like, be, like, way better attack and defense? Because, like, I don't know, like, that Khalifa, what does she have right now? It's, like, 90% attack and defense, I think, or something around those lines. She's at 60% attack and defense. Okay. So, yeah, if they bump that up to, like, 100%, like, okay, so we are done. Okay. Oh! Yeah, there we go. That was the kill shot right there, by the way, by Frieza. Here, let me go ahead and seal up Frieza. Let's make sure that does not happen again. Blue Vegeta could super attack, though, and he could put an end to us as well. So we'll see what happens with that. I'll do that right there. And then again, I do want to get rid of Blue Vegeta, I guess, since I'm already aiming for him. Are you going to super attack right away? No. So we're good. She continues to take double-digit damage. Perfect. So yeah, like, you give, like, that Tech Khalifa, the STR Kale, you give them, like, 100% attack and defense or something like that, with them already stacking their attack and defense, you know, like, Kale having all the extra attacks against Universal Survival Saga or Pure Saiyan enemies, Khalifa having the 100% chance to dodge against those types of enemies, and then just add, like, Shattering the Limit to them, which is something that could be useful for a lot of these teams as well, and they're just going to look a lot better. I mean, I think one thing Dokkan should really do in 2020 is try and improve a lot upon, like, smaller category teams. Like, they can still release super hype, like, Saiyan characters while focusing on, like, new category teams or underrepresented category teams or something like that. I have 2 dual Dokkan Fests in mind that would accomplish just that, right? Number 1 would be Goku versus Majunior at the 23rd World Tournament, right? Because that would be, you know, a major buff to the World Tournament category, which badly needs it. And then, you know, the Dokkan Fest could be Majunior, Giant, Namekian, so that would be a nice buff to the Giant category team, which also needs it. You know, it would be another, like, base form Goku, because that Goku doesn't have, like, any differences in his name. It's just Goku, right? But still, it would be really, really nice. Like, he would be a great addition to that World Tournament category team, which has almost nothing, right? And then you could do a dual Dokkan Fest of Kaioken Goku and Great Ape Vegeta. Again, another buff for the Giant category team. Then we could, you know, create the Saiyan Saga category, which is definitely something I think deserves to be in there somehow. Okay, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna go ahead and drop the seal on UI Goku so we don't have to worry about him. And then I guess we'll just go ahead and start getting rid of him. We'll get rid of UI Goku first, and then we'll finish up with Tech Gold and Frieza. Maybe that's not the greatest idea. Maybe it would be better of me to actually focus on getting rid of Tech Gold and Frieza first, since he is, of course, Tech, which means he does have the advantage against, what's his name? All the Kale and Khalifos, right? But, you know, we'll be fine. I'm trying to think of, like, other, like ideas that we wanted that would buff it. Like, okay, so Majunior would also be a buff to the Mechian category, right? Which has so few units. They could give us the Lord Slug Dokkan Festival event, which would be good. Now, movie bosses for sure doesn't need any, like, buffs at all. He would be on Giant as well. It depends on what they do with him, but he could be on Giant or Transformation Boost. I mean, Transformation Boost doesn't need it either. I also would like to see the false Super Saiyan Goku added in, but, like, I don't know. I mean, I don't even know what categories he would be on. Like, I doubt they would they give him full power? Maybe, huh? Maybe give him, like, full power. He would be on Pure Saiyans and stuff like that. But, like, that is sort of a... Is that an iconic character? I don't know, but I feel like people would be really, really excited with that. And then, of course, another one I want to see is Bojack and Super Saiyan 2 Gohan. But again, like, those are characters, like, for a bunch of category teams that don't really need the buffs, right? Like, Gohan is, like, movie heroes, doesn't need buffs. Hybrid Saiyan doesn't need buffs. Maybe he's Transformation Boost, doesn't need a buff, right? What else would Gohan be on? You know, Goku Family. We do not need new units for Goku Family. The Bond of Master and Disciple. Don't need any... Well, I guess we could use another unit there, but it's not really that important. And then there's also, whatchamacallit, Bojack. I mean, you know, he's on stuff like Time Travelers and Movie Bosses. And again, like, Time Travelers and Movie Bosses, those categories also don't really need the buffs. Like, Time Traveler, I guess, like, it would be cool for Time Travelers to give us a new leader skill, right? Like, a new Time Traveler leader skill would be awesome. To kind of, like, give us another option besides just Int Goku Black. You know, Int Goku Black is fine, but not quite enough, right? We do want to see another unit. Because Int Goku Black is, like, prepared for battle. I would love to see a Shocking Speed, I think, leader there. And there we go. I've just been jabbering away. You know, this has taken a long time, again, because we don't do nearly as much damage with the double 120% leader skill, but we are going to be able to go ahead and finish this off. No items. The power of Int Ribrienne, sealing, lowering attack, giving defense to everyone else. It's just a ridiculous, ridiculous combo by our girl Ribrienne. So there you go. Global players, that is the power that she carries with her. I guess we'll finish up here. I don't even know what I'm going to call this video, because usually, like, Ribrienne, you know, puts her dick on Universal Travel Arc Super Battle Road category stage, no items. Something like that, right?